Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with this nerd.
Nerdarchist Ted.
Today we're going to talk about D&D and RPG bucket lists. What's on your list?
Jump down to the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with us.
So we're going to talk about and look at our gaming, D&D, tabletop RPG bucket list. Things we'd like to do that we haven't done yet.
Now, somebody had sent this, to you, and it's like, well, here's their list, what's on yours?
Yeah, I don't remember if I seen this on Facebook, if it was something that sent to us, but yeah, it definitely came in. I definitely saw it. And I was like looking at their bucket list, and I'm like, oh, actually a couple of those are on mine too. I guess we're all nerds and gamers, so
It's one of those things that if you're passionate about gaming, it doesn't have to be D&D. It could be Pathfinder or any other RPG that's out there. There's some things that have nothing to do with the mechanics, has to do with the story or the theme, the idea of the game that you want to play.
So, I want to throw one out there that wasn't on the list, surprisingly. Like, I would like to play with a high caliber celebrity, for a D&D game, whether run a game for them or playing a game for them. And I don't mean like Matt Mercer or someone from the D&D team. I mean Wesley Snipes or Vin Diesel,
What about Stephen Colbert?
Or Stephen Colbert, sure, why not? Any of those folks out there.
Yeah, the names that, while some people are aware that they play D&D, it's a household name.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. There's another thing on both of our bucket lists that we're slowly but surely working to finally tick off. We never have done it,
and that's running a campaign from level 1 to level 20, regardless of how many years it takes.
And I think we both are in the same boat of wanting to play in a campaign that does that, as well as run a campaign that does that. And we're about to get both of those. So
yes,
over the next year.
Yeah, I got 7 or 8 more sessions, I think, before my game, climaxes at level 20, and I'll be able to say, all right, I did it, I ran it, it's over.
So in your mind, when does this game end?
Well, the way I see it, everything is on board right now for you guys to go to the Hells and fight Narcitus. So I would say you get to level 20 and you fight Narcitus, and win or lose, game's over.
I just wanted to double check because
you don't want to get to level 19 and level up with beating him.
Exactly. I don't want to play the game and be done at level 20. I want to play at least a session as level 20.
Yeah, that's kind of the way you have to do it.
Otherwise, it's a dick move. How's that level 20 feel? Oh, you don't know, do you?
Yeah, you got to play the session at level 20.
Yeah, so that's a big one. We're finally going to do that after playing this game for 20 years or so, or more, or whatever it is. And it's funny too, like we said, a lot of this guy's bucket list, we have some things too, like party of one race.
Now, Nerdarchy has, gotten a lot of, talking points about, the beards and dwarves and what have you. So, years ago, I was all about the elf race. I actually played 90% of my characters were elves.
It's all right, Ted. We all go through an elf phase.
And now it's I don't think a party of all elves is gonna work as nicely as a party of all dwarves. So I think playing a campaign or playing a short one where everybody's a dwarf, I think it could be a lot of fun.
Was that pun intended? It's in his DNA, folks. It's in his DNA.
And in my D&D.
Yeah. We've replaced our DNA with D&D. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. We're almost doing it in Saber Dice Season 3. We have 3 halflings and a dwarf. They're stout halflings. That's almost a dwarf. That's dwarf light. We're so close to the same race.
So 3/4 dwarves.
3/4, yeah. So another one you had talked about was playing in an epic campaign.
I think, as much fun it is as getting from level 1 to level 20, I think it would be fantastic to just be able to say, you know what, we're going to start off there. You're level 20. Make the short background of, I was a hero here, and you've gone somewhere else. And you start in a world where, you're able to, create your legend anew, got all of this power, do something with it.
You're like demigods.
Yes, essentially, and you've removed your whole celebrity status because you've gone to another plane, another world, and now you get to go deal with this. And some of it is going to be role playing because not everything is going to be able to withstand your Titanic might.
Maybe, unless your DM pulls a switch and bait on you, you get there and realize, oh, wait a minute, everything is this powerful here. Son of a curses!
The commoners are 15th level fighters.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a lot of fun, and again, just like with the the all same race game, it doesn't have to be something where you play a campaign that lasts for years. A short 6-session arc could be a lot of fun. Dealing with that kind of caliber of power.
Yeah, I would like to do an Urban Thieves Guild campaign.
Do you want to play that or do you want to run that?
I want to play it. I wouldn't mind running it either, but I think it would be fun to play in that game.
I think it takes a certain mentality to get into the, it's all urban. As a GM, that doesn't have a huge appeal to me. I want monsters. I want all these crazy things.
Humans are the worst monsters out there.
Well, depending upon how you want to look at that one. So I think there's a lot of things that could be had with there, but for me, I'd rather play that game.
Now, I feel like 5e offers the best chance in doing that, where there's several backgrounds that'll flavor you, with the enough of the criminal element.
Mm-hmm.
You've got urchin, you've got criminal, you've got charlatan. So there's a couple of them, and there might be more if I dig around a bit that would also work out.
But, I mean, you could do guild artisan, you could do entertainer, all of those, speak to being in town. But I mean,
but you still want to have skills that are be conducive to doing jobs. So
guild artisan's a job.
No. When I say jobs, I mean
the job.
The job. Yeah.
Okay.
So you still need to be kind of stealthy. You might need to sneak around and stuff like that. So being a warrior in plate mail isn't going to work out very well.
That's
but
true.
you could still be a warrior, and depending on what your background is or what your race choices are, then it's going to flavor your character in a way that make him still effective in that environment.
Well, you can always throw in half elf.
That's what I mean. Race choice, background choices, and no matter what class you are, you could still play in this urban criminal game.
Yeah, you would want to talk in a session 0 and be like, being proficient in stealth is a requirement for this game.
Or it's going to be super helpful at any rate. I mean, there might be other ways of getting around it. Pass without trace is amazing.
Right. On the flip side to, that whole epic campaign, I think it'd be really fun to play a game where the world hasn't developed, and everywhere that you go, like you're exploring, and it's new. So you've kind of got like an infantile world that you get to explore and play around with.
Now, are you thinking like a primitive world where you're playing more of a primitive game?
I think so. I think
like cavemen and dinosaurs?
not quite like that. But like perhaps you've settled a new land.
Mm.
So like technology is okay.
Frontier.
Over here.
So what you're saying, you want to play like a frontier game?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there you go.
That could be a lot of fun. Yeah, well, one of the games I want to run, it's not actually Dungeons and Dragons, folks. One of the games I want to actually run, I don't know what system I would use. Mutants and Masterminds is pretty good, but I want to do, like we had messed around with, and I did like a short story thing a little bit, and it's something I've talked to you for a while ago about, and it's this concept of a game called After the Bomb. Mm-hmm. And it's basically a post-apocalyptic superhero game. And it's something I've wanted to do forever, and like I just want to maybe wipe away everything that's been done, whether it's using my own campaign setting or using like a Marvel or a DC, and then building up from there, and having supers in the game. But it's kind of like a little bit of a Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Maybe there aren't any like really powerful superheroes left.
I think that would be a lot of fun. And we've discussed. I actually had written a number of short stories and ideas down. When we were talking about After the Bomb, well before Nerdarchy was created. But it's a lot of things that you can do with that. Thematically, you can make a lot of really cool stuff. I haven't done, other than Gamma World, I haven't done any post-apocalyptic stuff, and I think that there's not enough seriousness in Gamma World because you build these crazy races
Yeah.
and you are possessed with all of these crazy powers. Like it's hard to play a hardcore serious game in that post-apocalyptic. I think some of that theme is lost in that world.
I like post-apocalyptic, but I like to mash it with something else. I don't want straight post-apocalyptic. That doesn't really appeal to me as much. I want either some really like science fiction-y elements or some fantasy elements. For me personally, to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I understand that. I can go in either direction. With it, I can take a hardcore. Let's deal with resources and okay, every role playing encounter could wind up being combat because everything is important. You can go crazy with radiation. You can go crazy with powers, or you can kind of meet somewhere in the middle.
You actually did a little bit of this. You actually ran a little bit of this in one of your games when you did a Mutants and Masterminds game that you ran twice on the channel, where it was kind of like a post-apocalyptic superheroes game.
Mm-hmm. I did a little bit of it. It wasn't quite after the bomb. This was in the early days of Nerdarchy. So
Yeah. It was just a taste. It wasn't after the bomb. It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't like a planned out campaign. It was just one. It was a one shot you ran twice for two different groups.
I ran it, and it was like the same kind of setup. Although for the second time running, I did a little twist on the ending, so that if they had actually seen the first game, they were gonna get a little bit of shock.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun there.
So with that, the question is, guys, what is on your bucket list? What would you like to do in D&D or maybe another role-playing game that you haven't done yet? I would love to see what you guys come up with. We got a place for it. It's down in the comments below. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out the store over on nerdarchy.com.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.